This is my own invention. I'm sure some psychologists will say I've got rocks in my head. But the greatest pleasure of life is love. This is called the 4 L's. I believe there are 4 L's that have to happen. When you first meet someone, one of 2 things can happen. You either like them, and you start to see them because you like them, or you lust them. And I don't mean just in a, raunchy sexual way. I just mean you're attracted to them. And it can happen either way. Sometimes you like somebody for a while, and then you start to become attracted to them. Sometimes you're really attracted to someone, and you start to date them. And all of a sudden, you start to like them as well. And when there is lust and like together, you start to fall in love, which is the 3rd L. And you fall in love. And after a while of falling in love, if it's good, you start to love them. We love our parents. We love our children, but we're not in love with them. They're different things. The fundamental ingredient to be successful in a marriage is you have to be in love with them. I love my mother, but I don't want to live with her. You have to be in love with them. So the problem we have, and I'll do it from an accountant's perspective as being a chartered accountant, is let's add it all up and say the 4 of them add up to 100. And maybe initially like is 30 and lust is 40 and the other 30 is split between in love and love. And over time though, maybe you don't like them so much. You don't like the things they're doing and the like starts to go down. Well, the lust starts to follow. The in love starts to follow even more. And ultimately you realize, I don't even love this person anymore. So let's say in the best case scenario, you start your life as 100. Your relationship together is absolutely wonderful. You're rated 100. What if it only loses 2% a year? In 10 years, it's now an 80. And you didn't even see it happening. You're the frog in the boiling water. You don't see it happen. You don't realize that every year you lose a little bit of that like, a little bit of that lust, a little bit of that in love, until I don't even love them anymore. I don't even know why I'm here. That's what happens. And children are a major bummer in that whole sort of sphere. Can take the whole relationship right away from being your relationship. So, first of all, if you don't really like someone, as Dr. Fred, if they don't make your heart sing, if you don't really like what they're about, and there'll be more on this in another chapter, and you don't lust that person, and they don't lust you, in other words, your sexual relationships aren't of an equal level, you have no hope, in my opinion. You'll have a burning out of in love, love will dwindle, and you'll be that 60% or you'll be that 90% ultimately who don't really have a good relationship. So you got to do everything you can to foster being likable and liking your partner and lusting, creating romance, as we'll talk about, and staying in love and falling in love every day over and over again so you can stay in love and be loved ultimately. If you don't do that, it doesn't work. So I suggest to young people, I say this to all my young people in my team who are getting married, I call them in my office and I say, I'm going to give you some wisdom that you may not follow, but I'm going to tell you this wisdom that I firmly believe in, and I think you should do it. Because the generation before you who I've told who didn't do it are now divorced. So do what I'm saying to you. 6 months after your marriage, go and see a marriage counselor. And talk about all the things that give each other the shits. And then do that every 12 months. It might help keep your like and your lust on the same level. Because without the like and the lust, you can't stay in love. And if you don't stay in love, you're not going to love the person. That's my 4 L's.